Tell us, what did you enjoy most about being here?
This will sound very strange, but it's like Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol. But if you substitute David the dentist for, you know, Scrooge, um, it honestly was an opportunity to look at my past, present, and future and realize that the things that had haunted me and the things that I'm doing in my present life that are really not productive and not helpful for me, and then looking at what the future might hold based on my previous practice, that you can rewrite that script. You can, just like Scrooge did, I can rewrite the ending. I don't have to live. I can make that choice. I can finally do something different that will totally change how I relate to the world.
Okay. What is your overall summary of the program we run at Choose Again? You could include thoughts on the yoga, the meditations, the breathings, the circles, and other activities.
Again, I mean, there's just a myriad of things. I mean, there's so many fantastic things. It's, the yoga, which really taught me more respect for my body, realizing that my body is a conduit for receiving information. This may be my learning vehicle that I'm living in, but there's also respect that I have to give it, and I have to learn techniques of using it more appropriately. We did Yoga Nidra, again, a phenomenal technique of relaxation and a form of meditation that I really got a lot of. Something else I'd like to practice. Um, the circle, where you really do get to experience all of these teachers, not just staff but other clients, and there's this common thread in all of our lives. I think part of it is that I have done um, other support groups in the past regarding alcohol use in my family and things like that. Um, and the problem is that I really didn't come up with a technique to sort of help me feel better. Yes, it was nice to hear other people with the same threads to their lives, but at the same time, I really didn't tap into the fact that, in fact, um, that I was well, it's hard to say, but it's like a technique of actually dealing with this sadness or this upset, which I wasn't quite getting. And I think the the interesting thing is that very often these other areas, these other places, would have you admit to all the things you've done wrong and to apologize to that person. There's a huge difference here, because the difference here is that you make mistakes, and that that yes, they may not have been the perfect things to have done, but at the same time, you're an innocent child, and you really are love, and it's not as important to try to make amends that way, because in fact, um, that I've never done anything wrong. I'm innocent. I'm love. I'm peace. So I don't have to self-flagellate myself.
Brilliant. You mentioned circles. What is your opinion on the effectiveness of the daily group circles, and how they have an impact on your experience and your development here?
I can't imagine not having Circle, because I think Circle was the most effective means I've seen of allowing me to understand that each person in that circle, whether they're staff or clients, were my teachers. And it allowed me to, when I faced things about myself I didn't like, it reinforced the technique of forgiveness. And somehow, again, with that circle, when I would ask for that forgiveness and they would say, thank you, thank God that's not true, it meant something. Like, it really seemed to go deeper into my spirit than I expected. But that's part of the joys of circle, is that you get this incredible sense of atonement for the things you thought nobody could ever accept.
Thank you, David. How would you describe Choose Again to your friends or potential clients?
Well, one of the things I worry about is because it is such a life-changing thing for me that I will go back and sort of be this crazy missionary who's telling everybody. And I know that that's the last thing in the world anybody needs to motivate themselves. So I think what I'd like to do, which is what I keep hearing from the center, is that you go back, you love yourself, and people will see that difference. And when they do, they'll ask you where you've been or what you've done or what's changed. And I think that's the best thing I can do for the people that I know, or that people I love, and that I would want them to sort of see those changes in me and then go from there.
Brilliant. How do you think if there was a potential client watching this right now, wondering whether I should come down here or not, umming and ahhing, what would you say to them?
I trusted my instincts because I just knew somehow in my spirit that this was the right thing to do. I think I can pretty much guarantee that anybody who comes here will achieve something. And it's just such a wonderful setting, wonderful people that are working with you, and such a variety of activities that you'd never find yourself doing, that it's hard to imagine having that apprehension. But I truly hope they don't, because it will change.
What's the one memory that sticks out for you from the last 7 days?
My first soccer goal. And to kind of bring it all together, it was floating in this pristine bay of water and just feeling so supported by the water and just by my whole experience here, that it was just this incredible sense of well-being and love and nurturing. And I think that's one that really epitomizes that content, wonderful feeling that I have at the end of the week.
Thank you. And final question. How are you feeling about going back home?
In some ways excited. I'm excited because I want the challenge of changing my life. I know there can be huge changes made. And as much as I love being here and I wish I could spend another half year here, at the same time too, I really want to go home and start practicing, because I know this place is always here and I can always come back. And it'll be a whole different crew of clients or whatever, and those individuals may give me something totally unique from what I got this week. But at the same time, what I really want to do is I want to almost become like a film editor of my life and come up with a new ending. Through the process, I've seen where this film was going to go, and I don't like it. And so what I want to do now is I want to go home, be a film editor who then says, okay, let's reshoot this, and where are we going to go with this? That's what I'm really looking forward to.
David, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Very much enjoyed listening to what you have to say.
Well, and thank you again to the center, because it is a truly phenomenal, wonderful place to come.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.